følger med på kanalen her. Hva det for mye? Neste blir jo OSI mot NHHI 2, så dette blir en ren studentelagkamp. Oslo mot Bergen. Økonomene fra NHH mot gypsiene fra OSI. Hva studerer de på OSI? Jeg aner ikke.
Alt mulig rart.
Alt mulig rart, ok.
Jeg tror de har minst 2 astrofysikere. Det sier jo litt om...
OSI?
Ja. I hvert fall fordelt utover lagene.
Så hvilket lag de skarpeste hjernene på banene her nå? Kunne vi hatt en quiz, tror du? For å sette hvem de største nerdene, og da i all mulig positiv forstand.
Men da har jeg lyst til å stille deg et spørsmål, Pål, og det hvordan avgjør du hvem som de skarpeste skallene?
Først må vi jo finne de skarpeste skallene til å utforme det spørreskjemaet, og det åpenbart ikke meg. Hvis du tenker på rent IQ-messig, så tror jeg nok... Hvis du skal se på størst forskjell mellom IQ og frisbee-skills, så tror jeg det størst... hva blir det? Avvik på pancake.
Det jo en stor innrømmelse, det.
Den står jeg for. Altså, Trondheim jo superskarpe. De har jo tross alt laget denne livestreamen. Og de jo også skarpe på banen. Det blir veldig spennende å se de denne helga. Det gleder jeg meg til. Vi har jo en kanonkamp. Siste kampen i dag vil jeg jo si blir den største. Det jo da helt 5 på 6. Så det da TFK mot Ekeberg. Så Trondheim mot Ekeberg 5 på 6. Det eneste jeg lurer litt på om Ekeberg kommer til å være litt nervøs på grunn av ølsalget. Om de har klart å handle før det, eller om de begynner å stresse med å se på klokka og skjønne at nå de ille ute.
Det Pål her refererer til jo selvfølgelig at i Ultimate Norge så festen og spillet, det glir over i hverandre. Vi fester på banen når vi spiller på festen.
Jeg tror Ekeberg har som motto «Play hard, party hard». Og det synes jeg de får bra til. Alle venner, og det går veldig for seg i rolige former. Oppfører oss fint. Og sprer bare det glade budskap om frisbee, vil jeg jo si.
Hva det NHHI som nå tar plass på den ene banehalvdelen. Da ser vi deres lagoppsett på tavlen, i hvert fall et øyeblikk.
Ja.
Det jo utrolig spenstig, stille med 50% jenter, NHHI.
Veldig imponerende, veldig inspirerende.
Det jo en helt unik posisjon NHHI på rekruttering. Eneste lag i Norge som stiller med som har muligheten til å ha uttak. Og det jo selvfølgelig fordi de en sabla fin gjeng med mennesker, og mange har lyst til å spille på NHHI.
Så dette jo da NHHI 2, og der har vi snart i bildet. Nå har vi i bildet, så har vi jo da El Presidente. Det kan ikke være andre enn Henrik Bjonerli, som Daniel holder plakaten av der. Henrik på Svalbard? Han ikke her. Så vi får sende en hilsen til Henrik på Svalbard, og alle andre frisbee-interesserte på Svalbard. Hei, hei.
Det OSI starter første poenget.
Med gamlefar Erik Leffe Leven, jo en av coachene og kapteinene. Her får vi til Olli Papst, tyskeren, som brenner av. Han brenner av en hammer tidlig i kampen her. Det jo til 11, Enin Maria, som jo et nytt navn og ansikt for oss. Klarer ikke helt å hanke den inn.
Det har jo vært NHHIs kjennetegn at de har vært utrolig sterke fysiske, men kanskje manglet litt på det taktiske.
Helt riktig.
Hvordan ser det ut nå, første poenget?
Du ser, de går jo i de 100. Her skal de bare rett ut. Jeg skulle til å si, du ser jo de mange folk, men jeg lurer bare på om det første laget de sitt som... Nei, andre laget de sitt. Ja. Det andre laget. OSI har jo 2 lag. De masse folk, kjempegøy. Should we maybe switch to English?
Since it's such an international...
For the sake of the international game we are watching here.
Certainly.
Yes, so we're watching OSI NHHI 2. But I don't think both teams have like one team with the best players, and I think both NHH and OSI are fielding 2 fairly even teams. And that's a very good strategy, I think.
There we see Konstantin with the disc, number 7. Quite an unorthodox throw.
Yep.
Not successful.
Is he the guy always smiling? No, I think that's the other guy. But I think we got a new smiler, number 7.
I might have the wrong...
Robert Bunting.
That's correct.
So there you have... Ooh, So yeah, it's very good spirit here from Ricardo, number 3. She says it's a strip. She's essentially hitting the disc out of the hands of the NHH player. And you can see, again, NHH are throwing fairly outside throws. I like, instead of the disc going like flat and straight to the receiver, they got a curve to it. And Ole, the German Pep, is throwing a hammer, and he's not happy with himself. He's probably doing some cursing in German. I won't do that at this time. And the Smiler number 7 has the disc again. And you can see there's a lot of movement in NHHI. They're very good at moving and getting open, but they're not able to connect very good so far. And Ole is again not very happy. I think the throw was, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. They're going to debate it after whose fault that was. Ricardo could have caught it, but Ole could have made a better pass as well.
And we see Robert with this again. Unfortunately, another throwing error. How does that affect you mentally when you start a game with a couple of turnovers?
I mean, it's definitely hard because you need to have, especially the first game, you want to get a good flow, continuation in the play. As you said, like to have the good connection between players, that you feel confident if you're going to make a throw, then the receiver will catch it. But as soon as they're starting to be a bit so worried about, can I make this throw? Can the person actually catch it? That can, of course, get a bit demotivated. But I don't think that will be the case in NHHI's.
There we see OSI finally getting the score, and it was the man himself with a couple of turnovers, Ole, who finally found Ricardo in the end zone.
Yes.
I must say that I'm quite impressed by Robert actually picking up the disc every time, making that sacrifice, even with the mental or psychological pressure. It takes a lot of cojones to be able to do that.
Yep.
And have to respect that. Have to respect it.
Absolutely. And I mean, NHHI, they don't have a lot of experience playing tournaments, so usually they come with very good positive attitude, and as you can see, they're fit, they're very athletic, and I think they're all here to learn, and that's the best way to play games and tournaments. Oh, that's a nice grab there.
And it actually, that's well done.
She's happy with that one.
A marvelous play by Enid. First, actually diving for the disc,
yes,
getting the disc, plays her dump, goes in the end zone, gets the disc.
And that means she gets the bookends, which is she first get the D, and then she gets the score. So you do two very, very impressive things in 1 point.
But I still think that NHHI should be proud of what they're doing here. They're keeping quite close with a really, really skilled team. And for me, it seems like they have started playing a sort of horizontal stack, not really being able to get free from their players, and they're struggling with that. And then, but they're showing great patience with the disc.
Oh, that's a good pressure there from the OSI player.
Indeed.
That's probably Anna Christina. It's a good and she gets a score. That's very impressive. I think that's Anna Christina Nilsson. Number 51. And yeah, so OSI, also a student team. Usually they get a lot of new players every season. So that's of course a challenging way to continually like compose a new team. But of course at the same time they have a couple of people that played a couple of years now, some experienced players. Uli Popster with the disc and the pool now. And also, of course, they have very good coaches, OSI. So I think new players get the feel of the game pretty quick because they have very experienced coaches that are good at explaining the game, tactics, techniques, etc. While I'm not sure NHHI has the same thing. I'm not sure how the coaching situation is there.
And there we see some of the problems that NHI is struggling with. Two of the cutters running into the same space and practically blocking each other with the pass, getting it in each other's way. As we see Gabriel Gonzalez picking up the disc, throwing a beautiful forehand, and it once again getting the disc in the end zone. I'm quite impressed by some of the new players, and also Enid is taking quite a huge chunk of responsibility, getting the scores, getting free in the end zone. Well done.
It kind of looks like she's. Would you say she's the Eivind Bjørkås on the OSI?
It might just be, Paul. It might just be. I agree with that assumption.
Yeah, so that's 5-0 for OSI after 8.5 minutes played. I really hope to see a score from NHHI because I definitely think they deserve it. They just, ooh, that's another great defense by 51 Anna Christina Nilsson. She's from Aarhus, so she's a Dane. That's exciting. When we see Ole Pep, Rabel gets the score. Sehr gute Pep. Of course, they call him Pep because he's the, well, of course, the coaching, like OSI's Pep Guardiola.
This is a fairly experienced line that OSI is putting out.
Yeah, you have Ole with the disc, you have Eirik Isne, and then you have the girl, and then you have Ricarda, and then Erik. So you have Rebecca as the fifth player here. This is good to see. NHH are trying to spread out a bit on the field.
Oliver probably regretting not catching that disc.
Yes.
If he had caught the disc, it would be considered a goal since the pass was a legal pass, and he would score what was called a Callahan.
A Callahan.
And of course they're quite. But he scores anyway.
He scored anyway, so it's a bookend for Ole there.
Well done.
Geil, Ole, geil. Yeah.
So
right now, I'm kind of happy I'm not in the same pool as OSI because they seem to be on a very good streak here. Like the atmosphere in the team is very high. They have, of course, have the other team as a sideline, and cheering them on.
Now we see also NHHI coming out to support their other team.
Yep, that's good to see. The blue team on the sideline. And now you see the Eivind Børkås copy is doing the pull as well. Goes out on the sideline, so he starts where it went out.
Marcus starts with the disc. Fakes off Polly. Finds Robert.
Ooh,
pass to Polly, nice catch.
That's a good catch. Oh, unlucky.
Alina almost catching that disc. All the rubble hitting up the disc. Gives his orders.
Rabel is doing the Håkon move, pointing where he wants the players, and that's actually a very good strategy. When you have a team that haven't played a lot together, just point where you want it to go. Ooh.
There we see Konstantin with another unorthodox throw. And it once again hitting the floor, trying to catch the disc.
Yeah.
Sparing nothing in the pursuit of another goal.
Gotta work on the defense.
Yep. Quick pass to Marcus. Finding Polly, who catches it.
Catches it eventually. That's a good catch again.
Short dribble right there. Elina goes to the left of the handler. Number 2, Daniel catching it. And there's a goal! Wonderful goal by Robert.
Yeah.
There they actually got the disc moving, right? They caught the disc, they started moving it forward. What other things were they able to do at that point that made them able to score?
I think you pretty much summed up everything they could do and did do. And yeah, that's what I really wanted to see. Because again, they're moving a lot. So they're getting, and they're so excited scoring the goal that they just immediately did the pull. Like, let's go, let's do another point, we got this.
You have to love the enthusiasm, right? We want to see that. We want to see people actually want to play, going out there, starting the point too early, cheering for it, celebrating like Ronaldo. Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
So you have to wait for the other team to raise their hand as well to show that your team is ready. And I remember actually this last year we played NHHI, and they complained to us that we were too slow getting ready for the next point. And that was only after like 9+1 seconds.
As we see OSI moving the disc quite exceptionally well. Seeing Eirik Leven and Eirik Isne, handler duo, pretty much just moving the disc forward, doing an efficient cut, getting the disc in end zone with the hammer.
Yeah, I mean, that's a clean play by OSI. They both know what they can do, and they just very efficiently execute. I mean, Leffe didn't have any problems making that throw. He knew Eirik was getting free on that side, and just makes it look really, really easy.
And that's one of the things that makes OSI so difficult to play against. Yep. Their chemistry is excellent. They've played together for multiple years, and would not be surprised if we see OSI doing very well this tournament. And here again, that's unfortunate.
It's unlucky. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that they have a lot of good players, and then they have a couple of beginners. So that's if they're able to play their and it goes with the hammer. But if it's one thing NHHI usually are pretty good at, it's defense. Because again, they're athletic, they're fast, they're tall, they can jump. They're pretty much all over. See if she can try that. Oh.
Seeing NHHI moving the disc forward up the right side.
Oh, he's just making a floater into. So he just makes the pass and hopes that Enid will get there. Unfortunately, it was a little too high. And Gabriel on the mark here.
Marcus picking up the disc. Camille trying to get free.
Hammer is a little too long. Osa got the disc back here now. Let's see what Rebecca can do. They're stacking up pretty high on the field. Gabriel, that's a little too high even for Gabriel. Eirik Isen is trying to pick up the trash, but are not able to. So once more, NHH have it on the sideline there. And now also, you see NHH, they have a good stack. They stack up in a vertical. Let's see what Marcus can do here. Swings it over to Leo, perhaps. Rebecca with the disc. Eirik has a lot of space to pick that down. Looking for Enid, or should we just call her End now? End zone. So Gabriel did not see that Enid zone was doing a fake cut and then coming back. It was a perfectly well executed cut, I would say. She was wide open, but Gabriel didn't see that she was going the other way. So that's also pretty common. Well, I'm not saying mistake, but if you haven't played a lot together, communication is the key.
An unfortunate turnover there by NHHI. Seeing them coming out in a vertical stack, actually succeeding moving the disc up. A bit unfortunate with the reset. And
Hubble with a high release going over. NHH, I think she was on the disc, but not quite able to bring the disc down. Eirik Isen picks it up, is pretty tired, have to step off the field.
Probably quite pleased with another goal.
Probably quite pleased. I think Eirik is usually quite pleased. Yeah, so now we have on the line, we have Uli, we have Leffe, Ricarda, we have Anna Christina, and the last guy, just looking super fast. That's not allowed, but okay.
Could have called a pick. Think he didn't.
Oh, that's a great defense there.
A lot of physical contact. Let's see how they solve it. Seems like they're good friends.
Just
having a smile.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is it a foul call? They're discussing
they're discussing discussion. So I mean, it all depends on. It was definitely contact.
Yep.
And usually contact is not allowed, but some incidental contact is allowed. So
but in this case.
So it's a turnover. Yep. And there's the score from Ole to Anna Christina. Eller Anna Kristin. She's not Swedish, she's Dane. So yeah, Anna Christina with another goal, and I would assume that she is going to the grill this afternoon after that score. Because all Danes are going to the grill, and what do they have? They're gonna order the pølse mix. So that's 9+1, 1 for OSI against NHHI. It seems like, I mean, there's 11 minutes left of the game, but if this continues, we will definitely have a game to 13. Wouldn't you say?
I do agree, and must say that the game's played out pretty much as we expected. OSI using their routine, using their chemistry, and in periods outplaying NHHI, who struggles to move the dish efficiently.
Yeah.
Part of it it's throwing and technique, and part of it is cutting a bit unstructured and running into each other's way. As we see another goal by OSI, I have to commend the NHHI with their spirit, keeping it high, still smiles.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Here to pick up some experience and not hanging their heads at all.
Yep.
Still fighting for it.
Yep. I love to see that they're, I mean...
Absolutely.
Don't even mind what the score is, just play next point. Try to win the next point, always.
There's the pull. Seems like that's pretty much how we want the pull to go.
That's exactly how I want it to go. So it goes over the line in the end zone, but it...
Nope.
Yeah.
This is not the way it's supposed to go.
It's not the way it's supposed to be.
And here's how it's. This is because the players solve the issues. If it isn't called, then it isn't an issue. So.
Yeah. So we don't have any judge or referee here. So it's self-refereed, and that's one of the greatest thing about the sport. Well, it's a good thing about the sport. And there's the high outside again with the smiling 7 throwing that. I mean, it can often be a very good choice for the throw. You just have to read your defenders. Oh, that was unlucky.
It seems like he might be hurt. He's getting up.
Yeah. And then you do the. You should do the injury. Put both hands behind your head.
Calling the injury. And Paul, what's the ruling when he actually survives the ground contact, but it seems like he throws it away? He actually caught it.
He yeah. So it's still OSI disc because he catches it, but then he gets injured. So.
In my opinion, the call would be he survived ground contact, he throws away the disc, it should be OSI's disc, and as we see, they're playing it the correct way. Not sure why they're moving it to the line. Oh, Rebecca, unfortunately, unable to catch the disc. And Polly, who is allowed to move it front of the disc, to the end zone, starts playing in the middle.
Yeah, she can take it to the end line, but to the end zone line. So yeah, again, it's self-refereed, so it's quite important that most players know the most essential rules. But you have a couple of like important rules that everyone needs to know, and then you have a lot of like rules that are not so common to use. Especially like when it's a turn, who gets the disc and where do you start?
What do you think is the most essential rules for somebody to know starting playing Ultimate?
Well, I would say the person with the disc, aka the thrower, cannot move. He can only pivot, so he needs one pivot foot, and he can hold the disc for 8 seconds. So after 8 seconds, it's a stall out, and then it's a turnover. And when you catch the disc, you need to, when you're in running and catching the disc, you need to slow down as fast as possible without hurting yourself. And then you have to be in the end zone to score a goal. That's the most important, I would say. And it's a non-contact sport, so you can't initiate contact on purpose. It's a great block D from Ole, the German Pep Guardiola Rabel. Sehr stark.
Always looking for the hammer.
Can also, hopefully, Ole's Vati und Mutti ist sehen diese. So, hallo, Ole's Vater und Mutter. That's Leffe with also with D here. I mean, OSI playing good D, and at the same time, NHH are probably doing some risky throws. That's the game there with the score from a pass from Erik Leffe Leven to Ricarda Kraut.
I would comment, if I was in the Spirit Circle, that's probably going to happen after this game. I would comment on NHHI and also OSI sometimes not knowing the proper place to put the disc in play.
Yep.
And else, it was a really well-spirited game. Seeing OSI even calling their own fouls. It's what we want to see.
Absolutely.
It's fair play. You're not playing Ultimate if you're not having that level of, or a high level of fair play during the game.
I agree, and there's like you said, a lot of smiles. I think both teams are here to just learn, improve, and have a really, really good time together.
And Henrik is approving of the final score.
Okay, I gotta eat and have some coffee.
Please do.